A lion, worn out with years and powerless from disease, lay on the ground at the point of death. A boar rushed upon him and avenged with a stroke of his tusk a long remembered injury. Shortly afterwards, the bull, with his horns, gored him as if he were an enemy. When the ass saw that the huge beast could be assailed with impunity, he let drive at his forehead with his heels. The expiring lion said, I have reluctantly brooked the insults of the brave, but to be prepared to endure such treatment from thee, a disgrace to nature, is indeed to die a double death. My goodness, my goodness. This is Brother Hatim. You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. This is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and I'm telling you that these folk tales are not just for children. Now, we have an issue here where we have a lion on the verge of death, a lion who has been true to his nature. This lion is hunting boar. This lion is hunting bulls. This lion is hunting. He's running his territory. And at the end of his life, after causing all this havoc and destruction by being true to his nature, those animals that have suffered and survived come upon him and seek their vengeance. So first we have, as I guess the lion considers the boar a noble creature, come up and attack him. Then we have the noble bull who comes and attack him. But then, finally, we have the ass. And the lion says that I took the punishment. I took the assault of the boar and the bull, but to take the assault from you is worse than dying a double death. Now, the lesson that comes from this is that, one, in how we live, a lot of times is how we're going to die. I mean, that's one of the things that's clear to me in this. The lion lived a violent life, and he's going to die a violent and lonely death. You know, so many of us have to be really careful about how we live our lives. But then oftentimes, some of the people, or some of the, in this case, the animals that we may have abused in our lives, that we may consider weak, you know what I'm saying, will come and try to get their vengeance on us. And our weakness, we can no longer take care of ourselves. That is a punishment worse than death. Now, for me, because I'm always talking about doing this tribe thing and building tribe and Giami Tribe Stand Up and always trying to build. One of the things that I think that drives me to do this is not because because I've been doing this since I was like really about 16 years old, surrounding myself with people that I love and people that I can help and people that I could protect, and that I felt that in some form or fashion could also help protect me. And the lion, in this case, didn't do that type of life. This lion was a solitary being, and since he lived alone, he's going to die alone. And when we die alone, we expose ourselves to the dangers of our enemies. Now, if this lion had a pride of lions around him, there's a possibility that he would not die like this. I mean, you know, according to the stories, because we know that lions live a rough life. But as human beings, we have the opportunity to spread love. Yeah, we got to hunt. Yeah, we have to take life, in order to exist. There is no living without taking life. Those of you that think that you don't take life, look down at that piece of sausage that you're eating right now. That's a life. Look at those eggs that you're eating. That's a life. Look at the vegetables that you consume. In order to live, you have to consume life. And in consuming, we have to be wise enough to surround ourselves with individuals that's going to be able to assist us as we make our transition. Because if we make our transition alone, what we do is we expose ourselves to our enemies. Now, it's one thing for a noble enemy to come and get his shots off. But let that cur come. See, because in the animal kingdom, according to Aesop, when you look at it, the ass is the cur of the animal kingdom, the food of the animal kingdom. And in a lot of the stories, the ass catches the brunt of everything. The ass is the human slave. The ass is the dummy that falls for all of the tricks. You know what I'm saying? And for something like that to come back on you and to take its vengeance when it never had the heart to say a word to you in its life, but all of a sudden, because you're weak and you're dying, it feels that it has the privilege and the obligation to come up to you and express itself, whether through physical assault or rather through verbal assault. Now, this is why I feel that it's important that we live in tribes so that we can protect one another. You see what I'm saying? Because, I remember as my grandfather was going through his transition, you know what I'm saying? He moved in with my mom so that he could be protected. And I would stop in the morning to check on him. And my sister would stop in and check on him. And my cousins would come up, maybe, they would come up often to check on him. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that the old lion was able to die in peace. To make sure that no old enemies, would have access to him. When we surround ourselves in life with those that we love, we strengthen ourselves. And in strengthening ourselves, we allow ourselves to make a peaceful transition because we want to leave this place in peace. Because I believe, and this is just my belief, that the mind state that we are in when we pass away has a lot to do with our afterlife. So we want to make sure that we surround ourselves with love as we leave him. We don't want to be exposed like this lion. We don't want to be exposed to the weak. Because think about this. You spent your lifetime as a king. You spent your lifetime as a queen. And you feel you did what you had to do. But your weakest enemy, the one that never had the heart to say anything while you were alive, all of a sudden comes up out the blue and has words to share with you about how no good you are. They come to inflict their injury upon you. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible fate. Like the lion says, you know what I'm saying? You kicking me is worse than death doubled. All right? So now, this is a call for you, to look at your life and see, are you chasing those that you could actually be building with away from you? Are you setting yourself up to die in a way in the way that this lion passed away? You know what I'm saying? Are you leaving yourself exposed so that at the end of your life, you can be abused? This is Brother Hatim. Of course, you know that.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
So we're gonna end it on that note. I'm interested in your comments. I'm also interested in some of y'all views on some of the folk tales. Because like I'm one to believe I don't have the final word, and I would really love to be exposed to some of your wisdom out there. The old line, that's a good one, and for some reason we got another one coming up next week that deals with something old as well, old age as well. But Aesop was incredible because Aesop, within these fables, covered like almost every aspect of life. And it's a lot of wisdom for us to get, and there's a lot of wisdom for us to share. So please, feel free to comment. Also feel free to share. Not just share on Facebook or Twitter, but also share your comments. I mean, like I said, if you have a favorite folktale, don't have to be an Aesop fable, that you would like to have me put on folktales for grown folks, I made the offer. I make the offer all the time. Feel free to send it to me in MP3 format. I mean, actually, or even an MP4. You know what I'm saying? If you send it to me or give me a link, I'll broadcast it, especially if it's good. So this is Brother Hatim, and I'm saying peace, and you have a great day, and I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are.